How's it going, guys, and welcome to this live showdown between the High Elves and the Vampire Counts. In this match, we're going to be going with the Prince on a Star Dragon, and I definitely think that's one of the more optimal picks. I mean, the breath attacks can be so devastating against the Vampire Counts. If they bring like a Mortis Engine or a Corpse Guard, or if some brave soul decides to bring Helm and Gorst, you can pretty much one-shot any of those type of units. On top of that, if the Vampire Counts try to contest those guys very heavily using double Terror guys plus like Red Duke on a Zombie Dragon, you basically just then use Apotheosis and the Tempest ability, and you can really do a ton of damage up in the air because Tempest not only locks them in place like the Howling Warp Gale, but it also does a lot of damage. So hopefully we can get some pretty good value out of that. On the ground, we're going to go with Phoenix Guard. Honestly, Phoenix Guard can really pretty much beat everything the Vampire Counts can field as far as infantry go. They can handle Grave Guard, they can handle Cryptors, they can, deal with fodder units. Obviously, that isn't ideal. But normally, guys, I think the more optimal build is to be going with something like, the Phoenix Guard plus like the Prince and then double Star Dragon. It's a little bit cheesy, but honestly, that's often how you have to deal with double Terror guys plus a Zombie Dragon. But in this game, we're going to be trying something a little bit different. We're going to be using Illyrian Reaver Archers, trying to have like some skirmishing and harass on their flying units and shooting down their, Mortis Engines and whatever other, immobile threats they bring. And on top of that, we're going to get a Frostheart Phoenix. So if we do have to fight up in the air, at least we have some armor-piercing support that is also going to lower the melee attack of their units and their armor-piercing damage. So without further ado, guys, let's get this show on the road and have some fun. Oh, and it looks like he typed something to me, but I did indeed miss that, so my apologies. But yeah, I still think the double Star Dragon would be a lot safer. Honestly, just cut one of those Illyrian Reaver Archers and get another Star Dragon, and obviously cut the Phoenix as well. But, I wanted to try something a little bit different because I've just been doing that same high elf build, and it's not the most interactive build. It's a little bit of a, mouth breather build, I guess you could say, because you're just kind of sitting there and you're literally breathing on them, just fire breath and just kind of, cackling at their misfortune. Because double Star Dragon can just absolutely womp on, the Terror guys kind of counterplay. So great. So we're going to get these guys here. We do also have one group of Spearmen. So the Spearmen are just there as kind of a support auxiliary unit. If there's some zombies in the back line, or if he's able to, if I have to retreat my dragons onto the ground, maybe I can run to my spears. I mean, there's a multitude of other reasons, but also I wanted to try out the Illyrian Reaver Archers because when they have their martial prowess, they can actually beat the Direwolves like pretty handily because their melee attack will go up to 24 and their melee defense will get plus 12, I believe. So that'll go up to 39. So they're actually quite a force to be reckoned with. Great, so we're going to set those guys up like that. We're going to get the Prince over here, and actually I need to raise my chair. 1 second, guys. All right, there we go. So I got him. He's going to be in his own group. We can have the Mage with High Magic on the horse right there, just kind of chilling out, and he can be in group 3 as well. And honestly, the Phoenix Bombs aren't terrible in this matchup either if you want to go with the Flamespire Phoenix, but either one works. It's kind of, the Flamespire Phoenix is a little bit more fun, especially if they go with like zombie hordes, but you can see the balance of power is already in his favor. I think it looks like it. Yeah, that's such a weird thing, how like if you spend a similar amount of money or the same amount of money, the bounce power can be in one player's favor. I don't know if that really matters, but I've noticed that in quite a few games when I play Vampire Counts and bring like a ton of zombies and skeletons, like my bounce powers can usually be pretty good. So let's see if he wants to contest this guys. Based on the size of his army, I'd probably guess he probably has a Terror guys because a lot of Vampire armies that don't have Terror guys are much wider. But he has something big. So Vargulfs, interesting. I haven't seen those guys in a while. So our Illyrian Reavers will actually be really, really good against those guys. So we're just going to kind of sit back here to buy us more time. We're going to fly forward and start getting some breath attacks. But bringing these skirmishers is going to be pretty strong against those guys. So let's go ahead and fan these guys out here, and we're just going to start shooting. We definitely don't want to be wasting on zombies, but obviously, I forgot to take off fire at will. But it's okay. At this point, we can just start shooting the Vargulf. Hopefully, we can drag him down. And regardless, Phoenix Guard would be a pretty good answer against those things anyway. So it's a pretty good little situation for us. So he does have a Corpse Guard, so we're just going to wait for it to kind of emerge from the brush, and then from there we can kind of do our thing. So let's just pull back here and just kind of keep shooting with this one group. This group can kind of shoot as well. So we're going to move, and yeah, it's great. So as soon as the Corpse Guard comes out, we're going to actually just breath attack it right in the face, which is going to be hilarious. And we're getting some pretty good counter skirmishing here on, well, not even counter skirmishing, but good skirmishing on that guy. And the breath attack we can go ahead and use on the Corpse Guard. A very bold move, Cotton, and we'll see how it works out. We're actually going to dive those Cairn Wraiths with our magical dude, and these guys can go ahead and shoot here. We'll pull this one in the middle and just kind of, to keep him honest. And we do get that breath attack, so that Corpse Guard just got put down so badly. And you can see his Cairn Wraiths on the far side are going to be taking a bit of damage from our, magical Phoenix, which is nice. And yeah, we can just shoot at the Corpse Guard, to be honest. That's probably not a bad choice. Just kind of keep chasing this guy down. And we do have our Winds of Magic coming up. The Corpse Guard, I'm really tempted to dive it. He doesn't have a lot of mass here. I feel like we could, but I'm just going to let my archers kind of work on that. We do have the Phoenix kind of pressuring the far side, and these guys can kind of keep chasing those fluffy Vargulfs around. All right, so we're in good shape so far. We do have another breath attack coming up in 17 seconds. We're going to keep chasing those Cairn Wraiths as well. Maybe he's trying to get over there. I probably wouldn't have used the invocation just because it's going to die anyways. Like, it's only a matter of time. So let's go ahead and pull these guys over. We're going to take them off skirmish mode so they take more direct routes. And the Phoenix, we want to kind of pull up and over. We definitely don't want any piece of that big angry Vargulf. And let's go ahead and use another breath attack right there on that, which is going to be good. And just kind of keep circling and just harassing and having a good old time. This guy we can kind of pull back center, have him do his thing. Let's go ahead and reform our army a little bit. And that corpse guard should be crumbling yet. It's disintegrating, so now it's gone. Definitely a really nice catch for us out of the gates. We can kind of keep shooting here and just scooting and shooting. And our infantry fight should be pretty one-sided. Like, I feel like, I guess Graveguard with great weapons will do okay against these guys, but let's actually just go ahead, and he does have Vlad von Karstein, so let's go ahead and get these guys engaged here. We can charge. Yeah, I think we might as well just charge in there, which is fine. We'll pull the spears to kind of screen here. These missile units we can go ahead and pull out here. And these guys, we want to get them on those Vargulfs. So let's go ahead and get the Phoenix kind of flying over, getting ready to party. We have gotten into the cookie jar a little bit here, so anyone who's going to be taking some damage, we can just pop that Apotheosis real quick, which is going to give us a real nice kind of bolster. Start shooting the Vargulfs here. These guys can come after the Vargulfs, and good job on my opponent doing some screening for sure. And where's he going? So Vlad is going to be trying to fight the Star Dragon, which is a little bit scary. He does use Master Beguilement, so we're going to pull back. Let's get these spears kind of intercepting the Vargulf here, and this Phoenix can go here, and this one group can go ahead and start shooting at this guy. We do have our two other groups coming in, so we can just kind of move, and you can see our front line is going very well for us. And do we have any more Apotheosis? That's pretty much all we have to look out for. And it looks like he's actually trying to goon our caster, which is fine. We can just go ahead and get this not caster here, but our dragon, and just get a little bit crunk. We're going to keep shooting in there. Those Vargulfs should go down pretty quick, especially to the spears, and the Phoenix kind of applying that debuff and everything. We do have an Apotheosis now, so what do we want to use it on? We can just use it on our Lord. He's going to be taking a little bit of damage here. I mean, Phoenix Guard might have been a safer pick, but let's reposition these guys. Just keep these guys shooting at the appropriate targets. And once the Vargulfs go down, we should be okay. And honestly, the front line is just kind of buying time for our dragon to just beat things up. That's really all it is. We do have another breath attack as well. We got some spears and our Phoenixes in here, getting that great anti-large bonus on these guys. So that's all good. We got our arrows shooting in the Vargulfs, which is what we want. We have to keep positioning. We can't let those Cairn Wraiths catch us. They are pretty quick. Cairn Wraiths have like 48 movement speed or something. Yeah, so they're no schleps. They got some wheels. But it looks like his big fluffy puppies here are going to be going down in just a moment. Let's get that Phoenix and make sure he's pathing through and going after the appropriate target. We do have our archers, and they're doing a pretty good job, but we have to keep scooting. We don't want to give him anything. We have to keep fighting the good fight. We do have Apotheosis here, so let's go ahead and cast that on. Let's use it on our Phoenix Guard in the front line. And our caster, honestly, we can just have him go fight. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and pop this to kind of rejuvenate our Winds of Magic. And the Prince, oh, a nice Winds of Death from my opponent. That was the thing of beauty. So he was able to just wreck our front line. But I still think we're okay, despite the fact that we got caught by that Winds of Death. And that is the main risk of this strategy, is that you're going to have that happen to you sometimes. Let's get the Spearmen go here. These guys can rotate here. And these guys, obviously, we want to keep shooting at the Vargulfs. And all right, good. So we almost got this guy down. We do have one more breath attack, so let's keep pathing through to make sure to finish him off. And how's our caster doing? A little bit surrounded. We're probably just going to have her kind of Helm's Deep with this last Phoenix Guard formation and just use Apotheosis on them. We do have a lot of archers, and the great thing is these guys aren't pushovers in melee, the Illyrian Reaver. So if we do have to use them to kind of chase things down, we'll be fine. So Apotheosis, let's go ahead and get that on the Prince. I think we definitely need to do that. Let's get this guy going after Vlad von Karstein to provide that aura on all of those Graveguard, because this guy honestly is going to be able to take the Vargulf, no problem. Our archers are out of ammunition, so let's rear charge those guys to get a little bit of a punishment on them. And we're going to kind of position for another rear charge here. And so far, so good. Good battle. Very well played by my opponent. That Winds of Death is a thing of beauty. So, man, very, very, very good stuff from that. So the dragon, we can actually, let's just pull him out back here. We can get another breath attack on these Cairn Wraiths, which will probably be a pretty good idea. And the Illyrian Reavers should be able to crumble those guys. Let's go ahead and switch to a rear charge and see if we can get some crumbling penalties on all these guys. And that charge in there should be pretty good. Star Dragon's up in the air, and we still have a ton of Winds of Magic. So knowing I brought the staff, I should have brought more spells. That was a little bit of a mistake on my end. And we can go ahead and get a breath attack right into these guys. I think, ooh, that might actually do a lot of damage to our own guys. Okay, we were able to cancel it. That was good. So we want to get it. Let's actually get it on the Cairn Wraiths right there. That's going to be good. That should devastate those guys. So we have a pretty good full surround. Bounce power is pretty even. And the breath attack, I'm not sure what he's doing. Looks like he's going to breathe it now. I think he's going. Let's go and watch. And okay, so that was okay. It wasn't the best. We're going to get the Star Dragon in there on Vlad and just start laying a bit of a spanking. Over here we should be fine. We got the Spearmen and other troops. And the Phoenix is obviously giving us some really good AP. With that full surround, everything should be crumbling. And the bounce power should be coming down, but very well played getting that freaking Winds of Death off. That thing was brutal. So we definitely need cycle charge. We don't want to be terribly lazy with these guys. So let's pull them back here, and these ones can be pulled back here as well. Just taking advantage of our charge bonus, we can target him, and the Phoenix Guard are heavily surrounded. I think with Apotheosis, though, we should be fine. I think we can go ahead and just keep healing up our Prince, and I don't know if he's going to have the stopping card to deal with that. So let's pull these guys back here, and then we want to get these guys back, and we do have some Phoenix Guard coming back from route as well. And this one group is fighting the good fight for sure, but they're, getting taken down over the course of a long battle, so we're going to charge back here and hopefully be able to do it. Just kind of keep attacking Vlad, so we'll click on his little flag right there and see if we can get him. Great. So the Illyrian Reavers are going to come in. It's a bit of a last stand fight here, but I do think the dragon should be able to do some crumbling, especially with the Phoenix in here, obviously providing some pretty good magic damage. So we want the Phoenix to be focusing on the Cairn Wraiths there. And the dragon, we can go ahead, so we want to pull it back. I feel like it's doing a really good job where it is. And I really wish I brought more. I mean, I have so much Winds of Magic. This is had I brought any bombardment spell, this game would probably be over now. So keep focusing down those guys, just kind of keep getting around. The cycle charging from the Illyrian Reaver is doing a pretty good job. My opponent did get an Invocation of Heck though, so we want to pull back again, just take advantage of the charges, and you know, obviously keep him in pretty good shape because we don't want that martial prowess to be gone here. Let's get these guys kind of going after Vladdy Daddy here. And, oh, Vlad's a little bit isolated, so maybe now we can take him down. These Illyrian Reavers, we need you guys to get back. And we do have a bunch of Phoenix Guard coming back from deep route, and these guys are actually being chased by Graveguard off the battlefield, so that's pretty fun. We do have Apotheosis coming up in a couple seconds. Vlad is, you know, he's tanking. He's being Vlad, which is pretty typical. Now that our guys are out, we can go ahead and charge back in, get another Crumbling, because Vampire counts, it's one of the best ways to deal with Ethereal units. So another Apotheosis right here, which is going to make him even tougher to kill. And you can see the bounce power starting to shift in our favor just a little bit. Illyrian Reaver Archers, huge performance this game. I mean, they've been cycle charging, crumbling all these guys, and it looks like that's probably finally going to push it to army losses. So the Phoenix actually ended up working out okay. It allowed us to go a little bit wider in the Illyrian Reavers. Like, had I brought like a double Star Dragon build, I don't think it would have worked as well because, you know, the Vargulfs, not like those archers, my horse archers were able to pretty substantially counter the Vargulfs down to 3 and 5 kills respectively. So I feel like that was pretty strong. So I think the horse archers were actually a pretty decent pick there. The Phoenix gave me some good magic damage against Cairn Wraiths. And of course, the Prince on the Star Dragon was able to kill that Corpse Card immediately. So that's one of the reasons why I love the Star Dragon so much in this build, because Corpse Cards and Mortis Engines and things like that are very good against the High Elves if they're left unimpeded. So being able to kind of shut down the Corpse Cart real quick, I mean, that would have gave some massive combat stats to his Graveguard. And honestly, the battle was going really well, but then my opponent got that huge, juicy Winds of Death. Like, he just punished me. So very well played with that, man. That thing was a thing of beauty. And that almost, you know, pulled him back into the game. But he had taken so much damage in losing the Vargulfs and having his other units be kind of crippled by the Skirmisher and, you know, heavy attacks from my Dragon Prince and my Phoenix, that at that point he wasn't really able to come back. But, you know, he almost had it. And honestly, I play a very similar style. I mean, I have a multitude of builds against, you know, the Vampire counts. Oftentimes I'll go wider with like White Lions and I'll use Teclis, and, you know, there's a bunch of other builds. But I just wanted to kind of showcase this one to you guys today. But the Winds of Death is a pretty good counter against the elite infantry ball against Vamps, because you guys have probably seen replays of using Vampire or Warriors of Chaos with, you know, Chosen with Halberds and just using Shaggus on top of them, and just like the Vampire counts can't really crack that very well unless they use something like Winds of Death, which he did, and it was pretty impeccable. I mean, he took out a ton of my guys. So for his army, I honestly like it. I think the Graveguard are pretty good. They trade effectively with the, you know, these guys for their cost. Phoenix Guard costs a ton. And they were able to put a pretty decent den. I mean, 39, 26, 34 kills is not bad against Phoenix Guard. The Cairn Race is something I'm a little bit on the fence about because, you know, there is a lot of magic on the roster from the High Elves. But still, I mean, maybe 1 is a good pick. I think maybe 2 is a little bit overkill. I mean, I don't know. It was close. Yeah, maybe just bring 1 of those. And, you know, the Vargulfs are also something that's a little bit interesting because, you know, a lot of people are scared to bring archers against the Vampire counts because of the zombies and the hounds and all kinds of pressure in the back line they can get. But yeah, it was cool seeing the Vargulfs. Like, honestly, like, had I gone double Star Dragon, I think it would have been a little bit tougher because, you know, had I gone double Star Dragon, the Phoenix would be gone. I'd probably be down like 1 or 2 of these archers just simply because of cost. So my army would have been much smaller, and the Vargulfs could have been much more punishing. But I think having some sort of an anti-large tool would have been really important for him. So I still do think that the double Terrorgeist would have been better than these. Like, if you cut a Graveguard, get 2 Terrorgeists, you know, split them up. It's hard to say, though, because if you're going Vlad, there's just so many variables. But, you know, it's a tricky matchup for sure if they go very tanky like that. But let's see. So, yeah, I guess you could get Red Duke and 2 Terrorgeists, and then you could be using El Sif and to really win those aerial engagements. And there's all kinds of stuff you could be doing for sure. But double Star Dragon does do pretty well against that. But anyways, very well played to my opponent, Vincent. Look forward to running into you again on ladder, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this High Elf versus Vampire count showdown. Have an excellent night, guys, and take care.